Welcome to the NorthLakes podcast. Massage therapy is a newer service here at NorthLakes, so we wanted to learn more about it. Luckily, Massage Therapist Tracy Davis was willing to talk. Here's our conversation.
I'm Tracy Davis, and I am a massage therapist here, starting the program for massage therapy.
Yeah, it's a new program here at NorthLakes.
Yes.
How'd that go? Like starting it out?
It's great. I've done this a couple of times, so it's kind of like getting back on the horse again. So it's kind of fun.
You mean started new things before?
Mm-hmm. Back where I come from, Illinois, a chiropractor opened a business, and from the ground up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So this is like saying, I've done this before.
Yeah, and then coming here, starting an outpatient program for a nursing home,
You're and it's not masseuse. We don't say masseuse anymore. So you're a massage therapist.
Yeah.
What is massage therapy?
Massage therapy is working with your muscles, tendons, and ligaments, because those are the things that get you to move, get you to walk, get you to bend, get you to lift, and sometimes they need a little care themselves. So that's where we come from, is try to get the muscles laxed and loose again.
What do you do to them? What happens that you need to, massage therapist needs to get in there and move those things around?
Well, they get tight from repetitive use or stress or, and they get adhesions and knots, and that can kind of restrict a lot of movement and fun activities like hiking or fishing. So we get in there, try to stretch them out, loosen them up, kind of, get them going.
So they just they seize up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're just kind of getting them going again.
Mm-hmm. A lot of toxins and everything. There was, when I was taking one of my continuing education classes, they said that when they take an imaging of a muscle that has a knot, it looks like a rat's nest, like someone with long hair and they teased it. It just looks really knotty. And then after, once you get it all straightened, it's like someone just went and combed your hair.
And I guess now that I think about it, if I've seen, I'm thinking back to my biology, mm-hmm. and, there's always those schematics of the body. There's the bones, but then they show the muscle. Mm-hmm. They do show these kind of lines that go through the muscle.
Yeah.
So you're realigning those lines.
Yep. Combing it out.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. And how do you do it?
By combination of there's friction, kneading, effleurage, different types of techniques to get the muscles to want to work with you, because there's so many chemicals in the muscles that can either stop, hold you tight or relax you. And we kind of want to work with the muscles and get blood flow to the area to help it relax. Mm-hmm. And get all those toxins out.
God, it's just relaxing speaking with you. Yeah. And so, I guess this is kind of an obvious question, but how does that help people?
It helps with immune system, circulatory, even getting the muscles stretched out. You can go back to running. It helps with releasing chemicals in your brain, the happy ones, to make you less stressed and, tackle today's events, because life's hard. So, gotta keep up with it.
And I guess I can, I've seen a few massage therapists, and I remember getting the advice to drink a lot of water mm-hmm. before and after.
Yep.
You go, well, maybe after is better.
After, for sure. Mm-hmm. The water will help take those toxins that were just released and get them out of your body. So otherwise, if they sit there, then you can kind of feel sore and achy. And some people have told me they feel like they are drunk or have a hangover because it's all those toxins sitting there. They have nowhere to go. So water is very important.
And so in our society, I think that there's a lot of people that think that this is a luxury item, that rich people go to a spa and they get a massage, which I think is true. Mm-hmm. But it's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of evolved to more of a wellness, kind of something that we need to do to keep up on our bodies to stay healthy, with it helping with the circulatory system, the immune system, and just keeping movement. If you're in pain, you're going to compensate. And if you compensate, you're going to get injured more. So it's kind of like going to the dentist. You take care of your teeth, you got to take care of your muscles too.
You don't need to convince me, but I'm on the bandwagon. So did you, what is the kind of the licensing procedure you had to go through, or what? I don't think you just get to go, I'm a massage therapist. What did you have to do to get that title?
I had to go to schooling, and each state is different with how many hours you need to do. So the state of Wisconsin, you have to do 600 hours at a school, a combination of anatomy, physiology, clinical hours, and just core techniques. And then you have to pass a massage and bodywork licensing exam. So that's like a national one. And based how you score on that, each state has their own like passing requirement. So Illinois is different than Wisconsin. So I had to make sure that all my stuff passed with both states.
Was that a hard transfer?
No, what was hard was gathering all the information.
Okay.
Like
so
getting my
end.
schooling hours and then getting those things to get pushed over.
And is that something that you need to renew regularly or at all, or once you're in, you're in?
Well, we have continuing education every 2 years, so that will allow us to renew our license.
And that's an opportunity for you to maybe learn some new techniques or kind of keep up on what's the latest moves and techniques.
Yep.
And how do you work with a patient to help them the most? So somebody how do they connect with you? And then like, what's the first thing you'll do with a patient?
A lot of times listen and then watch them, but you have to make sure that they don't see you watching them, because otherwise if they see it, then they straighten up. And then they walk how you're supposed to walk. But if you watch them walk like casually, you can see how their pain, their movement, then you can kind of focus on what muscles need to be addressed. And then listening to them when they say, when I bend over and pick up a spoon out of the dishwasher, it hurts here. And listening, like, I want to know what action creates it, because sometimes that action will tell you what muscles are hurting.
So you're a little bit of a spy.
Yeah.
Do you really want to share that? That's kind of a little trade secret that like someone might like know when they come to see you.
Well, then I'll know they listen. That's good.
Well, that's all right. Obviously you've listened to the podcast because I see you walking perfectly.
Yeah.
It's science. And so you're able to, you do the talk, and then what happens next?
Then we kind of go over, I educate them or discuss about what areas I want to talk about. Even if it's the low back, it might not be the low back. The low back's just a squeaky wheel in all this. Maybe it's the leg or the hips that are causing the pain, and the low back is that's where the pain's coming from. So I would like to discuss like what muscles we're going to do and why, so that way they kind of know that I'm not just saying it out of nowhere, thin air. So then if they agree, then we'll go for it. But if they don't, that's fine. I'll work on their low back. It's their massage, so they kind of guide me on what they want. But, I'll put my input and, go from there. And then if they say no, they don't want to or anything like that.
And how often do you have a lot of repeat customers? Do people come in weekly? Or, I mean, I know not everybody's the same, so I'm sure you can't this is when people come in, but what's it typically like?
It depends. Some people come every 4 weeks, some people come every 2 weeks, and some people come weekly. Kind of depends on their occupation too. Like firefighters and police officers, when they're running or carrying those big backpacks, it's harder on their bodies. So some they might come sooner than someone else. Other people just want to relax, so they just come weekly because I want to, and it depends on their body and their muscles, because some people can last 4 weeks without having the pain start again, and some people kind of need that closer frequency before they can space it out. So
come in for the tune-up.
Yeah.
And so when you mentioned firefighters, police, carpenters. I'm thinking people anybody that's waitresses, waiters,
anyone,
servers, anybody that's kind of using their body. How's that going to help them in the long run?
We'll keep them going longer. Because if you keep repeatedly hurting those muscles, you're going to end your job a little bit sooner. Or if you keep re-injuring your back, you're not going to be able to put the carpet in or install. Even new moms, you're holding the baby all the time. That's new motion. If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to pick up the baby and keep going, because that's what you want to do. So kind of keeping your muscles tuned up, then you keep doing what you want to do or what you love.
I used to be a carpenter. back, whatever. And so there was a guy, like, I'm going to try to ask, this is a funny story, I hope. But so there was a guy that was, he wasn't a carpenter, but I'll just say longtime physical laborer. And I would often say to my, and well, then we'll get into this a little bit. There's a little like maybe stigma about massage, or maybe that's not the word for it, but it's unclear for some people. So not everybody's going to go do it. So we were pretty convinced that this guy had never been to a I almost said it right there, massage therapist, or had a massage in their life. I'm just wondering what it would have been like for this guy who had been like his whole life, working with his body. And, you could see he was one of these guys that just like getting out of the truck was like a chore for him. And I don't know why I'm telling you the story, but I'm like, what if this mythical person came to you? What would that be like, do you think, to like be able to finally kind of release all those muscles?
It would be hard at first because usually they're the hardest people to crack. They're skeptical, how is this massage going to help me? And it will take a couple more times, but once he understands how his body works and then can move without that pain, that's when it's fun.
I just could that's the thing. We all like this guy, and we were like, I think this would be the greatest thing for him, but like, I don't think he would ever go. So what is it that you think that might keep people back from going and coming to see a massage therapist?
That it won't work, that it's a luxury, or that, they weren't growing up around opening the idea. So some people just have this just constant, just dark cloud that it's bad, bad, bad because of the stigmas and everything. But it's turning around. It's proving that it can help people a little bit more. And two, some people are just not comfortable. And if they're not comfortable, donning or doffing off clothing, we can work over the clothing. Like we'll get what we can done in your comfort zone and in your comfortability.
As you said, it's your massage. What are some of those stigmas? Do you want to talk about that? Like, what are some of the other stigmas that you know of?
Well, that you have to have a full body massage. You don't. If you come in and you sign up for an hour and you just want me to work on your whole back for an hour, I'll do that. Or if some people have come in just for a leg. Well, it's your massage. You don't have to have 60 minutes. You can have a half an hour. If you don't want, if you're scared the first time, just try 30 minutes. Get used to it. So, and ease yourself in.
Yeah, you don't need to jump all the way in.
No.
But I'm going to guess, this is I always say this, I'm going to guess that you get somebody the first time that does maybe just part, like within 2 or 3 more sessions, you're doing, they're much more comfortable, and you're probably able to work on their whole body then.
Yep.
Anything like any other, like, so like just a lot of people didn't grow up with it. It does have kind of this like, if I'm talking out of turn, let me know. Like it has this kind of hippie vibe to it, and that it's just like this, like, hey man, we're just going to go get a massage and feel good. Yeah. Which is true.
You do feel good. You feel good.
But that's not all it is.
No, it's to take care of you, your organs, your body, your mind, try to get everything working together.
And we're here, so you're at the Park Falls Clinic, which, how do you collaborate with some of the other providers that are here? I think we have behavioral health and chiropractic here. Yes.
Well, with chiropractors, they're working on skeletal systems and all these other systems. So with massage, that can be integrated with chiropractic care, because if they're adjusting, let's say, your spine, but if your muscles are tight, a lot of times it pulls out that adjustment. So loosening the muscles can complement chiropractic, because then when they do their thing with adjustments or any other interventions, the muscles are relaxed and they're more willing to allow that adjustment to hold, or that EMS or ultrasound to have a better outcome or a faster outcome. So massage can help soften those tissues to prevent reoccurrences as often.
So they're probably excited you're here, because you kind of like it. So in that collaboration, you in a way maybe can set the table for them, like, okay, ready to go.
Yep. And vice versa for them. They can come and talk to me and say, Tracy, we see these areas that are tight. Can you address them? And, okay, not a problem, and
they must love that you're here.
I love that I'm here and they're here.
Yeah. It just seemed like such a great partnership. And behavioral health,
because because massage helps decrease the cortisol and increase serotonin and dopamine, the happy muscles, it helps you better manage anxiety and depression and help with a behavioral health specialist get to those goals that you need to. Because if you have more happy chemicals, then you can apply the tools and techniques from the behavioral health.
Can you talk about that a little bit more? Like, how does that work? So when you are, I guess if you're just in pain, you're going to be miserable, and that's just no fun.
Mm-hmm. So you want to decrease the pain, because then it gets you out of that pain cycle. And then you get the parasympathetic responses coming in.
What's that?
Well, we got our sympathetic nervous system, and that's our fight or flight. And that's usually not necessarily like we're always in a constant of being chased by a tiger, but we're stressed. We're stressed about a work deadline. We're stressed about a recital. So we're in that fight or flight, just not on the grand scale that you're running away from a building that's on fire. So with that, your muscles are tight, and they're constantly tight. With massage therapy, we can get the parasympathetic nervous system to kind of get going. And that's your rest and digest system. That's where if you are in a state of relaxation, that's where recovery happens. So then it slows your heart rate down, it slows breathing down, lowers blood pressure, and it promotes digestion. So a lot of times, if you're in a massage, you hear your stomach grumbling. That's a sign that your parasympathetic response has kicked in, and that you're now in the recovery phase. You're repairing the cells, you're repairing what needs to be repaired in your body in order to keep functioning, because we're built to survive. So, we got to take care of what's inside us.
I'm thinking of a bunch of lions like lying around after they've eaten, just like lounging about.
Rest and digest. Yep. They just killed their kill, and now they're just letting that parasympathetic nervous system kick in and digest. And sometimes you can, another sign of parasympathetic response is increased urination. I mean, you're getting rid of all that fluid, the toxins, the icky stuff. So then that way your body has the healthy cells to grow and promote.
Drink a lot of water, everyone.
For the muscles, so you got two chemicals in your muscles, usually muscle spindles and Golgi tendon organs. And your muscle spindles are your freak out guys. They think the sky's falling all the time, you're getting chased by a tiger, so they seize up and they tighten up and they keep tight. Then you got your Golgi tendon organs that like to come in, but they are so slow on kicking in. They're the guys that calm down. It's okay. Just put a raincoat on. You're fine, So we want to get those guys, the relaxing guys. So then that way your muscle spindles are not constantly in that like fight or flight mode. They want to, relax the muscles. You're okay. Life is fine.
Mm-hmm. So, and they work with one another.
Yep. They're kind of antagonists, and, they balance each other out.
Well, and that's so yesterday I was talking to Paul Workman. So that's another podcast. He's a behavioral health therapist. Okay. And I've interviewed, 2 or 3 of them. Every single one of them talk about this fight or flight thing, mm-hmm. which it's like, I'm like, okay, here, I don't mean to be like, okay, here we go again. But this is fascinating that there's also something similar in the muscles. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Because, how I view it for massage therapy is like, unfortunately, if you're in a car accident, your muscle spindles are there to seize everything up, get you brace you. But then muscles have memory too. So they're constantly thinking. They're preparing for that next car accident, that next brace. We just got to get the Golgi tendon organs to be like, it's okay. You're not going to be in another car accident. We're taking care of you. Chiropractors are taking care of you. Massage therapists are. Behavioral health specialists can't. Just relax.
So those muscles, that's, you're kind of blowing my mind here, Tracy. This is great. Mm-hmm. So those muscles, like if you're, I'm not going to I'm just the podcast guy. I'm not trying to tie in everything. But yesterday I was talking to Paul and we were talking about social anxiety. So it's like that people are just, they're overreacting. See, that's why I shouldn't be I'm not a provider. So I'm just, they're overreacting and they're kind of always at this level of anxiety. They're super nervous about, mm-hmm. social interactions. So if you're experiencing that can go right into your muscles. Mm-hmm. And that's where that, we're both clenching ourselves right now. You can't see us, but and so when they come to see you, you're able to kind of tell those muscles are real. And is that what causes that rat's nest? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And some people with that will clench their jaw. and just clench and hold. Well, you're clenching your jaw, you're clenching your neck, you're clenching your head, and then you get headaches, migraines, TMJ, neck pain. Then you wake up and you can't straighten your neck out. And
after every massage I've had, I always I'm like, it's a new day. And so I can't, and that's what that is, right? Maybe it's all of that tension. It's gone. And oh, wow.
Yep. You got a calming environment. You forget for a second that there's bills to pay or anything like that, just enough to relax and okay, we can do this.
Yeah. Right. So I guess the other thing that happened, I always fall asleep. I mean, is that common?
Yes.
Does everybody just they're out?
A lot of people do. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of a compliment. It's like burping for a chef after you eat a big meal. You fall asleep for a massage therapist. It's a compliment. You feel so relaxed and comfortable being in that space and just letting everything happen and relaxing it away. What
is it? So what, how does that happen? I mean, I don't know. I don't go do that at the doctor. I always feel better usually after a doctor, but what's going on in the body? You're just becoming all that, whatever tension you were holding up goes away and it's time to rest.
Yep. Well, it's warm in there. There's nice soothing music. It's kind of darker, and just the motion and getting the muscles relaxed and releasing those chemicals that make you happy and yeah.
Must feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's angry after a massage?
Not many.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well. Yeah.
It depends. There are mean massages and nice massages. There's so many different types of massages that can be given that, if someone, runners, for example, worked on a lot of marathon runners, they don't like me afterwards because I have to strip their muscles because their muscles are so meaty and their IT bands are tight. And it's kind of more of aggressive massage because they're hard on their bodies. So
they're angry because you hurt them.
Yeah. And then they feel good because then they can run from Chicago to Milwaukee.
Right. So they know what they're getting into.
Yo.
Yeah, I've
and bodybuilders that's more aggressive.
But they know I got to go do this.
Yep.
So your health, it's for your own good.
Yep.
So how it's kind of like that we were talking at the beginning that this is a new service for NorthLakes. How does this massage therapy integrate well with the community health center model?
Well, I think because the healthcare needs of the community, they're responding to because Park Falls said that they need more massage therapists. There's a need for them. So they kind of listened to the community and said, okay, let's start this program. And they're integrating it because chiropractic care complements chiropractic behavioral health. It kind of brings a whole body approach versus just these little sub ones. It kind of brings it all together, how it helps this one, helps dentistry with TMJ, can help with behavioral health, chiropractic care.
Everything.
Yeah.
And OT, I would think. Do you see kids?
I do. I have.
And when I say OT, I mean occupational therapy. Sorry, just to throw the initials around.
Even some infants past 2 weeks, I'd have to look back, 2 weeks, constipation, gas. Try to make sure their tummy feels better. Even adults with constipation, massage can help. We can massage their stomach.
Not a thing I would have thought of.
Yeah.
And can you share a success story, an instance where you felt like, wow, I really helped that person?
Well, I think it's a lot of times, when someone comes in buckled over because can't do what they want to do, and they walk out saying, oh my gosh, I feel better, or I don't want to go to work. It's a lot of them. And I always get nervous when I see someone first because it's like, okay, every massage therapist is different. Not everyone's treats the same. So I just want to hope I can help them. And then after massage, when they come out smiling, then it's like, okay, yeah, I did my job.
Nice. Is there any advice you would give to someone considering receiving a massage?
I guess try it. What do you have to lose? I mean, otherwise you just take a nap for an hour, But if you come out feeling good, then it's getting somewhere. And you can think about what else you can do with life and what's stopping you.
Right. Take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. When someone comes in to see you, first time or whenever, what's a kind of a typical session with Tracy like?
You fill out some paperwork, get some background history, and then we talk about it, and then we discuss the areas. And we also see to make sure you're comfortable. Is the room too warm? Is the room not warm enough? This is the area I'm going to work on. Kind of, do you want to doff that area, or do you want me to work with the jeans? Kind of make sure that they're comfortable. So then that way, because if they're stressed and tightening up on the table, then everything I do is not going to work because you're staying tight. You're just nervous the whole time. So
yeah, so that's not there if they're thinking about something else. Mm-hmm. So how do you do that? How can you help make people feel more comfortable when they walk in? I mean, I know you've said like this is whatever you need. Anything else you do to? Sometimes
talking. They just need to talk, and sometimes talking during a massage is fine. It's your massage, and some people, when they're nervous at the beginning, will talk a lot because that's their nervous way of relaxing. And I'll engage in the talk, nice conversation, and usually then they relax and melt away. And the next session, they're enjoying it. They're taking it all in.
Melt away. Mm-hmm. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So who should receive massage therapy and why? Or like anyone?
Anyone. Usually what would be the reason why you're not getting it is a diagnosis or a medical background. And that's usually we discuss it. We can talk beforehand, like we can have a conversation on the phone if someone is nervous about getting a massage and don't know if it's for them, or you have a talk with your doctor. Hey, I want to have a massage therapy. Would this hurt me given my medical background? And the doctor can tell you either way too. So a lot of times it's, we could see a lot of people. There's no age limit.
And if somebody has like, I don't know what the phrase would be, like brittle bones or something, like maybe not that they shouldn't come see you, but like maybe it's not going to, I don't know. Do you know, like, are there people that probably should not have a massage, or? Usually just active blood clots. If someone has osteoporosis or osteopenia, we just, we don't use our elbows. Okay. There's a lot more lighter touches and getting feedback. If someone's in a lot of pain, we went too deep, so it's kind of, no WWE off the top rope. Right. So this is like, it just came to me, like I've seen these like massage chairs in like the airport and stuff for like the quick. Any thoughts or opinions about them? And I'm not asking you to trash people, I guess but I'm asking because like I've thought about it as like, is that really helpful? I've had a good massage. Like, I guess it doesn't necessarily ever feel bad when somebody's kind of, loosening my muscles, but I don't know. Any thoughts about like the 5 or 10 minute in the airport thing? Well, it has its purpose. It gives you a little quick to get you through the next time. It's not custom, so it's kind of a one size fits all. Versus massage therapy, it's custom. It's custom to you. It's what your needs. It has its purpose. If you're in a bind, yeah. But then be careful, because I've had people come to me saying they hurt themselves in the chair. So. Oh, yeah. I guess that's why I want to. Yeah. So what could happen? If those knobs that keep rotating are on a bone and you keep it on the bone, like the spine or the hips, it kind of bruised the bone a little bit. Oh, sorry. I guess I didn't ask I'm thinking like the like sit down with your face in the ring and there's actually a person. Oh. So you were talking like, but we'll go back to you're talking about like you drop a quarter in and you're like, and you see those at the mall, there's always like the dudes that are in there like waiting for people and they're like doing that. Oh yeah. That's what I thought it was, like the mechanical ones. Yeah. Yeah. So so like that might not be the bad, could be bad. The mechanical ones? Yes. Yeah. Those, I mean, I use them when I get my pedicure, so I just make sure it's not on my bones or anything like that. And I can only handle so much, but sorry, go ahead. No, it's okay. But the when you lay in the airport and you have the little 5-minute with the lady, that works too. It's like they do chair massages or equivalents. It's supposed to be like a little short, 15-minute, just to kind of work out the most aggressive ones that get you. Especially for those travelers. I mean, there's a lot of business people that travel a lot. Yeah, if you're just stuck on a plane and back in the back. Yep. Oh, God, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's funny. Like talking about two different things. I'm glad we worked that out.
Yeah. If people are hesitant, just ask, I guess. Just call. We're more than happy to answer the question. If we don't have the answer, we would guide you to the appropriate person. You know, if I can't help you, it's like, okay, well, let's talk to one of our chiropractic team, or let's find a specialist for you. You know, sometimes people just don't know where to go half the time. And if I could help be like, you know what, I can't handle this, but let's go talk to, so, you know, I'm not diagnosing or referring, but I can at least guide people so they're out of pain, because life's too short to be in pain all the time. So let's enjoy it.
Well, and that's the nice thing about having the integrated clinic that we do, that we can, like, even if it's not somebody here in Park Falls, we have clinics all over the place with many, many services to help people. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we like to talk about here at NorthLakes is, well, it's in our mission, is that we're here to break down barriers to care. Mm-hmm. Some people, a barrier is cost. Are you able to talk a little bit about how we're able to help everyone come see you?
Well, NorthLakes does provide a sliding fee scale. So based on how many people are in your household and the income, that they're able to adjust to make the massage more affordable. So you can fill an application and they can review it. And I mean, the slides vary at different levels. So if you don't qualify in one level, you could qualify in a different level. So, and
it's not for everyone. No. Not everyone does qualify, so you need to qualify for it. But you do, the sliding fee can be applied to massage therapy. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I got one last question for you.
Okay.
What's in your car right now?
A lot of kids' toys. Probably some old French fries.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, Tracy Davis, thank you so much for coming on to the NorthLakes podcast. It's nice to meet you. I had met you before, and nice to talk to you.
Nice to be here and talk to you and meet you as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Well, it happened again. I learned way more than I thought I would, and I couldn't be happier. NorthLakes Community Clinic is a community health center that has several clinics located throughout the top third of Wisconsin. Our mission is to respond to the healthcare needs of our communities with an integrated array of quality services and actively remove barriers to wellness. Did you learn something new in the last hour? Consider passing this podcast along to a friend or sharing a comment on any of the platforms where we do business. We would appreciate it. I'm your host, Jeremy Oswald, and I am lucky enough to work in the marketing department here at NorthLakes and really appreciate Tracy taking the time to talk with me. Thanks for tuning in.